Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Era and this is Gardening on Purpose. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A, where I do gardening related videos. Today I'll be showing you what I picked up for the garden in the last couple of days. First up is pansy. Now, I'm working on getting my fall planters for the front of the garage and the front of the house together. And one of the plants that I love the most for the fall that takes me all the way to winter and into the spring, the beautiful pansies. Now, I got these from Walmart and these were $5.97. They're an annual. They take full sun to shade that I notice. And they are really, really hardy for me. They bloom all the way, guys, all the way to the spring. And for this planter that I'm working on, I'm going to be just sticking with the yellow. I usually buy the different colors of pansies, but this year I'm just going to go, the idea I have in my head, because I'm going to have some darker heucheras in there, I think I'm going to stick with the yellow for this. So I bought me 6 of these, again from Walmart. These were only $5.97, guys. And let me just see, they take full sun, they say, and they say it's hardy to 30, but this guy can go, because I've had pansies for years, and this guy can take the frost. They do have panolas that are a mix between the pansy and the viola that are even more, they get the bloom power of the pansy and the hardiness of the viola, but I never really see them anywhere. Pansies have done well for me here in Georgia. We get down to 0, we get down to 5, 6, 7, 10. And the pansies do quite fine. And I usually pull my pansies out somewhere in late April, in May, the next year. So I got me a bunch of these for my planter. And again, I'm going to zoom in. They look really, really great. Each of these pots was $5.97, and each of these pots has 4 or 5 pansies in there. So, and I have 8 planters I need to deal with in the front of the yard for my next upcoming video. So I need a lot of pansies for that. Next up, we have some ivy. Now, I have a bunch of regular ivies running around in my yard that I am trying to destroy. And then I go and buy this one here because I love this one. I've used it before. This one here is the Gold Child Ivy. This one was $12.98, and this one I got from Lowe's. I like it because it's variegated. I like it because it is part sun, and it'll do well where I'm going to put it. And it's going to go in that same planter where the pansies are going to be. And these were only a 6-pack. You can tell it's 3 and 3, only a 6-pack. And they do well. I've used them before, and they don't need a bunch of sun, and they are hardy as well. They can take our frost. They will take me all the way until I take it out the container. I think this one will probably stay in there, and as I move things around, because this will definitely be my spiller. You guys know my number one spiller is Creeping Jenny, but you know, I want to switch it up this year and go back to the ivy. So again, this one is the beautiful Gold Child Ivy. And I love the variegation, guys. It's not that regular old green, and it will get variegated more as the season changes. Next up, guys, we have some Planktone. Every time I go to the store, I don't know why I do it. It's like subconsciously I pick up a Planktone. I pick up an Espoma Planktone because I feel like this is my number one, my number one go-to fertilizer. I use it for my edible plants, I use it for my shrubs, I use it for my perennials. So I can never, have enough of it, but I don't know why I do it, guys. I ended up and bought 2. The Planktone. For me here, I could have bought this at Walmart for $12, but at Lowe's it was $14. I have a Lowe's card. I just picked it up. No big deal. So again, this is my number one go-to, and I picked up 2 of them. Next up, we have some beautiful daffodils. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know, at first I really didn't like daffodils because they came out too early and they left. And then when the season really got going, they're already gone. And then you have a space in the yard that you forget that's there. You end up digging it up and then you plant something else. And then another one comes back like, oh my goodness, I actually had a daffodil there. So, that was my issue with daffodils. I preferred other bulbs because I thought they were more beautiful. I thought you get more for your money. And my issue with that was the Alvin and the Chipmunks and the squirrels dug them up. My alliums, even though they say that it's an onion family thing and that they get dug up or they get stunted. They don't do well in my yard for some reason. And then I love tulips, but tulips don't do well in my yard. They don't come back. And I don't want anything that I have to bring in the fridge. I'm just not the type of person. You've heard me say this over and over. I don't like to bring stuff in the house, you know? So this guy here, even though it comes out early and all that stuff, I talk about it, it's actually the most reliable one for us here in the South. It is, it's very forgiving. Even if the bulb is not the greatest, it will probably still bloom. The critters don't like it. They don't dig it up. And they have all these beautiful colors. So for example, I have this double mix here. That was 12 plants for $7.98. This is deer resistant. I feel like I know it's critter resistant because they don't mess with it. They will dig those tulips up. They will dig everything else up, but they won't mess with the daffodil. And I think they were beautiful. So, and then on top of that, I have a space for them because I moved some stuff around, and I'll tell you about that later on in another video. But I bought the double mix, and I bought this beauty here, Ice Follies. I've seen it before. I just never pick it up. But I think if I mix this up with this guy, and kind of mix them up randomly, I think it'll come out really, really nice in the spring. This one here was only the Ice Follies. They only gave me 6 though. For $5, right? And the Ice Follies, let's see. The Ice Follies, they're from 12 to 18 inches high. And the double mix is so pretty, guys. The double mix, this one is 12 to 20 inches high, guys. And where I'm going to put them, it's kind of under, it's part shade. But the trees lose their leaves. All my trees lose their leaves here. So when these are coming out, there will be no leaves. And by the time the leaves are fully reliefed, if that's such a word, these will already be gone back into hibernation, guys. So I think I'm just going to stick with the daffodil and stop wasting money buying tulips and alliums and all that stuff that just don't do well for me no matter what I do. And just embrace the daffodil. Just embrace it because that's the one that does well in my area. So so all in all, there's 12, 24, 36, and then I have 6 here of the white and then 6 here. So those are all the daffodils. I've got my fertilizer. You can never have enough of that. And of course, I have my ivy for my planters. So stay tuned for my planter videos coming up, and help me, guys, because there's going to be 8 of them and I don't know how I'm going to get through all that. And of course the pansies. Now I am still waiting on Swiss chard and flowering kale and flowering cabbage, and none of my stores have them yet, but that's the next thing I'm going to end up doing, guys. So let me know what you think of my little find here. Pansies, ivy, fertilizer, and daffodils. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Remember to hit that notification bell so you can know when I have a new video out. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye.